What's going on YouTube? So today I have one of the craziest games you'll ever see. It was only 84.4% accuracy and 81.5 for my opponent. So some mistakes were made, but I promise you, very interesting looking game. So let's get into it. Oh, before I get into it, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. Please help boost my account. I'm at 23 subs right now, trying to grow, trying to get to 500 and 1,000. And thank you very much for if you're watching and supporting. Let's get into the chess. Okay, let's start the review. The fun part, let's get into it. So again, not the best game. You'll see by the accuracy's sake, but it is a game. So they went d4, I go d5, c4, e6, and knight here to c3. Going to the queen's game and decline, I go knight to f6, knight to f3, bishop e7, bishop g5, c6, e3, castles, bishop here. And we played book moves for, what is this, 7 moves we see here? Into the 7th move for white. And I wonder what the book move is. I played the best move. Maybe the book just ends there. But yeah, this is the game. They go bishop here to h4. I go rook here to e8. And queen here to c2. Yeah, okay. So as you see, they're very obviously playing the castle queen side. And for me, I'm not in favor of castling opposite side as my opponent. I much prefer to do it on the same side. But they end up doing this, so it's something I get to practice. I go knight b to d7 and then queen side castle. Now this is actually a mistake. I'm here to tell you, mentally, for me, I was shook. I captured the c4 pawn, they take, I go knight b6. The beginning of the end, it would seem I should have went b5 or the end. I end up winning this game, as I mentioned. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned that. Maybe I just spoiled it, but I should have went b5. I didn't see that. Let's see the line here for b5. I go b5. They go bishop to d3, queen a5, king b1. Yeah, this definitely looks a lot better than what ends up happening. So this is not what happened. But after bishop captures c4, I go knight to b6. It was a similar idea though, I'll say, and to attack the bishop. But maybe the idea of b5 wasn't to attack the bishop. Maybe it was to get queenside space, start rolling down the board, but that's not what happens. I go knight b6, they drop back to d3, and I go knight b to d5. Now, I actually chose the right square. Wrong knight, but right square. The reason I chose this one was maybe to go a5, b5, which I do go eventually, as you'll see in the game. But the computer's saying that I would be perfectly fine had I just gone with the other knight here. It's minus 0.1 for white, so this is a tenth of a pawn if you're not familiar with the eval bar. Nothing too crazy. I'm attacking the knight. No, that's not how you draw arrow. I'm attacking the knight there. This bishop is suddenly hanging. They have to move it or take it. If they leave it, say if they went here, I would take this bishop here, and then I'm going to win this game. This pawn will be weak. I could trade, and I have this extra knight here, which is all the difference. But that's not what happens in the game, as we know. They go king to b1. I'm winning again, and I don't think I take advantage. I go a5. Should have taken the knight. I don't know why I didn't take the knight. I think I didn't because I was looking at that for more, a5, and then knight here, because I thought the bishop was more of a threat to my king side of the board. As you can see, the bishop, the queen, they're lined up. This is here, and if you have a pawn on h6, it's not good. With the pawn on h7, this is actually holdable, I believe, even with all those pawns rolling down, because imagine it being malleable. If you're trying to, like putty, if you're moving putty and it's already a piece of it that's hardened or can't be arranged, it's harder to maneuver around. But when I have these 3 pawns, that's a great example. If I have these pawns here on the 7th rank, I can maneuver around what their pawns and pieces come down for. But because I have this sort of fish hook, this h6 pawn cannot go backwards. Therefore, it is a little bit harder to defend what's going to happen. And that is why I really should have not done that. But they go queen here to e2. Again, I'm winning. You saw the accuracy if you made it this far. So it is not like I had a 90% like some of my other games. But they capture. I go pawn here to b5. 10 moves too late. When I'm supposed to go? I'm supposed to go b5 like on knight b6. So I'll move 11 to move. So 5 moves too late. But I got to the right square eventually. they go g4. I go knight here. I'm just messing up. I didn't go here because of this. I'm curious what the... Can we do show moves? Yeah, show moves. Okay, they just wouldn't do that. No way, man. No way they don't take that pawn. So if I go c4, you're telling me... Maybe I'm missing it. What if they just take bishop a6? Like, how am I supposed to know this is winning? I don't know. Maybe you know who's watching this and you understand it, but during the game, in a blitz game, I'm not thinking. Also, time management. you can see that I'm moving very quickly. That's due to the fact that I was losing a lot of games on time today. I started the day is 1976. Right now, this recording I'm 1951. So I will play some more games in my second stream today, and probably in my free time. I just love playing chess. I have a tournament tomorrow as well. But nonetheless, I was losing a lot, and it was because of time. So I was trying to just blitz out moves. They take, I take with the queen, and here's where I think the end begins. The reason I didn't was very dumb. As I'm like, I was about to explain why, but I automatically see the issue here. So what I saw was here. I'll show you what I saw, and then I'll tell you why what I saw was wrong. And then here, I was like, oh, I lose this, but what I should have done is after knight captures, pawn captures, and now it's not an issue. But I was a miscalculation, so that's why I didn't go for that. That's why I did it this way. And I was like, I'm also putting pressure on this knight here. They go pawn here to e4. I drop my queen back, trying to line up again on this diagonal. You can see the eval bar. I'm losing. They were losing, but now I'm losing in a more obvious way. They go h4. It's a mistake, but I promise you it did not feel like one. Got the bishop a6, pawn forward. Actually, no, they do mess up. I thought they didn't mess up here. I must mess up later. Okay, so I go b5. They go queen over. And with all these inaccuracies and mistakes, I'm quite surprised it's still giving me an 84. I think because inaccuracies must not be taxed too much. They're like, they're bad for a human, but it's not horrible. They go pawn here to g5, and this is where you start to feel the pressure. It's -1, or I guess +1, but I mean -1 from my perspective because I'm black this game. It's feeling, I feel it. I feel the pressure. I go here to a3, which is the best move. Sometimes the best move is a counterattack, and I actually thought it was a blunder. So the fact that this is the best move really surprises me. I completely missed that they could take. The whole time I went there like, oh, they're just going to go here, and it doesn't matter. And when they took, I was like, oh, wow, I messed up. I go king over, a mistake. I should have just taken. I didn't see the benefit of that. They take, and I go f6. So 2 mistakes. I'm -3.7, and it's a losing game. I go pawn here to b3, trying to create some chances. They take, I take, king up, rook over, and rook here. Now here, this is where the game flips over. I did not see this at all. What I saw, let's say, I assumed they go like here or something. Is that still winning? Is that still? They're winning like whatever they do. Is there anything they could do to be losing? Wow. Because I thought like after here, like bishop here or something. Oh, they can get the queen. Ah. So luckily that doesn't happen. That does not happen. They go rook there. I drew my bishop here to c. It's -4.1. How do I turn around? They take the rook. I take. They take the bishop. Check. Queen in. Check. Check. And finally, they blunder. I've been messing up the whole game. And the one time they blunder, they lose the game. Boom. Like, it took long enough. I wonder if they even messed up. They had inaccuracies. Well, they had a few. They're white, so what? 1. This is like a pseudo mistake. They queen side. They castled. 2, 3, 4. They had 4 mistakes. They had a lot of mistakes, but I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we had the same amount of mistakes actually. If you look at it, I had some great moves. And I guess that's why the accuracy is different. But the issue is they lose. I don't know what they could have done. What if they go here? I could still go here. Takes. But this is actually winning, is what the eval bar is saying. This is kind of hard to have a human see, especially in a blitz game. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not hard for a human, but hard for like a non-master level. With this little time, you're losing a queen either way. But the issue here is they don't just lose a queen, right? They lose a rook too, which is it's just the issue. Because now I take, and there's no more threat. There's no more threat. It's a 3-on-4, but I have a queen versus knight. Wait, hold on. Is it a way to... Oh, you have to draw it like the shape of a piece. Okay, I understand the arrow now. But yeah, you can see how this is very hard for them to come back for. I take, and now I just don't blunder a fork. If I don't blunder a fork, I can win this game, and I don't blunder. I go queen here, check. I give another check, and I'm just trying to figure out, and I finally worked it out where I get to win this pawn. I gotta be careful of these promoting squares, but they're 3 moves away, and after this, they resign, as there's a fork on this Knight King, this pawn. I could even sack my queen for it, because whatever they, just for an example, here, 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 here. Okay, then I could sack, just for example, because they wouldn't be able to catch up to the pawn. So yeah, it was just very winning at that point, and I was able to convert it. So if you made it this far, or if you skipped ahead, I don't know why I would skip ahead, but if you did, if you're here watching this, thank you for watching, much appreciated. Make sure you subscribe if you did enjoy, like, comment, do all of the metrics is really helpful. I'm a small account trying to grow. I had a video that's going, I mean, good for me. It's like 35 views. Obviously, it's not top 10 video ever. It's 35 views, but I was 35. I really appreciate. And in that video is my audio is actually off, so it kind of sucks. The one video of mine that's doing good for me is like the audio is very bad in it, and I figured out the issue. I knew the OBS, and yeah, I'm just trying to work things out. I hope this video sounds good and looks good visually. I'm looking at the camera. I have a light, but yeah, just some, what would you call that, behind the scenes stuff, trying to figure out everything to make it work. I want to do this for a career, so I'm starting here. Thank you again, and have a good one. If I figure out how to do this more efficiently.